Hi, it's Joanne B with a quick tutorial today on rolled paper flowers. You can make a variety of sizes. It just depends on what size cardstock you begin with for your project. For my first one, I used a 3x3 piece of cardstock, and for a smaller version, I just used a little punch out with a hand punch. You're also going to use glue dots, a pair of scissors, and a pencil. To start, I just snipped off all around the edges of this 3x3. You don't need a fancy circle punch, just cut off the edges so you begin with a circular shape. Now that your edges are all rounded off, you're going to flip it over, and using a pencil, you're just going to do one long line, circular all the way around like a cinnamon bun, circular all the way in, totally freehand, and it doesn't need to be perfect. I did that on both the larger one and the smaller one. Then using a pair of scissors, you're going to just trim along that line all the way around so you have one long curlicue. Now you're going to take that curlicue and you're going to rumple it all up. This just softens the fibers of the paper so that it's easier to work with for the next piece. Now starting on the outside edge, you're going to roll from the outside back in towards the center, wrapping it back up on itself. And what I like to do is the hand that's just ahead of where I'm rolling, you're going to crumple the paper a little bit so it's nice and soft and a little bit more pliable. And just continue rolling from the outside all the way back in on itself. You're going to continue to roll your paper back in on itself all the way towards the center, and as you do so, you'll notice that it starts to look a little bit more bud-like. Now that you've rolled it all the way in, if you let it go just a little bit, you'll see that it'll bloom into a little flower, and it opens up to be a little bit more like a rosette shape. Your flower is bloomed. Here's the trick to get it to stay in place. If you flip it over and add a glue dot to the inside, see how all those papers are rolled there? You can stick a glue dot in the back and then tuck that flap over the back of it. Now I roll all my edges down to let those outside petals kind of roll back on themselves a little bit to open up that bloom so you can see all the pretty pattern paper on the inside. Here's our little finished pattern paper flower, and what you can do for an added little touch of detail is you can add a coat of crystal effects, or you can add some glimmer mists or any of those sort of products. I just use a quick paintbrush and add some crystal effects to give it a little shine. To finish up, I added a quick bit of glitter and a few baubles.